Yeah, Felipe, I just want to go back to the scrimmage on Friday. Coach Pittman said it was one of your more accurate days. Just thoughts on the scrimmage and, yeah, just I guess your comfort level with the offense.
Yeah, sure. I thought the scrimmage went really well on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. And then I also thought that there was things that we both could have worked on, on both sides of the ball. I thought it was a really productive scrimmage. Offensively, we did a lot of good things. I thought we pushed the tempo really good. A lot of things to help us out offensively that Coach Browse emphasizes that we did really well. And then defensively, those guys fought, with that kind of tempo. It's hard if you're not in shape or, one of those things, not saying that they're not, but, when we're going play after play and it gets hard. So they did a really good job. I thought it was a good competition day, and on both sides of the ball. Comfort level, I feel like it's getting better. It's a new system, but at the same time, I think the whole offense is getting better day by day. Comfortably.
Bob?
Yeah, Felipe, can you hear me?
I can, yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, I didn't have to unmute there. I don't know what's happened. Hey, we heard you threw a couple touchdown passes to Hudson Henry. Just wondering, what's your take on Hudson, and maybe after you talk about him, if you can maybe talk about the other tight ends. I know Blaine's back over there too now. Just what your take is on Hudson and then the group as a whole.
Yeah, Hudson specifically, he's doing a really good job as well as those other guys. They're all working their tails off, doing a great job of everything that coach is asking them to do. They have a lot on their plate, knowing scheme-wise what to do. And I think that they're doing a really good job of constantly staying in the playbook and translating that to the field. They're doing a really good job as a group and Hudson as well.
John Neighbors.
Hey, Felipe, just out of curiosity, obviously the first game against Georgia this year is a team you have faced before. Have you guys really gotten to that point as far as game planning for them? And how do you feel being for your first game as a Razorback going up against a team you're familiar with in Georgia?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think the 10 SEC game schedule is awesome. I love good competition. Me personally, these guys here, they love competition. So I think it's a chance for Arkansas to get their name out there. Or not necessarily get it out there, but, get some wins versus SEC. And then I forgot your other question. What was the first one again?
No, you're good. Just about you playing Georgia, a team that you're pretty familiar with.
Yeah. It'll be exciting, but at the same time, it's the first game of the season. So I think that's even more exciting than it just being at the same time Georgia, which is good as well. But our team's going to be ready. And I think we're slowly implementing things, from Georgia, but at the same time, our main focus is, learning our offense, the ins and outs of it, and, having good production with that before we start doing too much other. But I think we're implementing it at a good pace right now. And these guys are really motivated, really excited for our first game. So I think we should have fun.
Thanks.
Yep.
Right.
Felipe, I was wondering how it's been for you, just the transition from Florida to Arkansas. Like, do you have a roommate? Are you living by yourself? How has everybody welcomed you in?
No. So it's been a different change. I've never had to move before, except for when I was in high school. But coming out here, it wasn't that bad. Arkansas, I've gotten nothing but warm welcome everywhere I've went. It's been awesome. I love it out here. So I got a little apartment here, and when I drove up, I actually got it as I was driving to Arkansas. So when I was driving here, I didn't have a place, but it's been really good. I've got adjusted really well. The people have treated me so great. And then, there's everything here, from the support staff to the academics to the coaches, the players. I've just received so much support from everybody in the football building and everywhere else. It's been awesome.
Flip, I was just wondering from a big picture standpoint, starting week 3 of camp, how well you feel about the execution part of things right now, how are you able to establish tempo in practice and in the scrimmage, and just the route adjustments and things you have to get with on the receivers. How's that going?
Yeah, it's going well. I think me personally, I'm a little overcritical sometimes, not only myself, but of just perfection within a play. But I think we're doing really good. We're taking steps. We're stacking good practices on top of good practices. And I think that's all that matters right now is just, like you said, how's that execution going that's what we need to be focused on right now is can we execute every play at a high level? And right now, I think that we're getting better and better each day. Like you said, we're the start of week 3, and I think that we're just continuing. We're better than week 2. Today's practice was better than the start of week 2's camp. So I think we're headed in the right direction.
Aye.
Feleipe, I know you're fully recovered from your dislocated ankle this past season, but until you actually get in the game, it's hard to fully trust yourself or trust an instinct or whatever. Are you concerned with just the first play? Are you just ready to get that first play over with for game action this season?
No, you know what? I'd have to not necessarily disagree, but I think my confidence is through the roof right now. We had a scrimmage, this past Friday. I felt wonderful, 100%. I take it personally every rep, treating like a game rep. So, to say that when game time comes, that's going to be my first game rep, I think that'd be, far from it. So we've tried to, and that's not just me, but everybody on our offense, taking reps as if we're in the game. So, when Saturdays come, they come easy. But I feel really good. I feel healthy. I feel awesome. I'm ready to go out there and compete again, ready to play some football again. So.
Butch?
Yeah, Feleipe, I was wondering what your impressions are of the guys behind you, specifically KJ and Malik.
Yeah, I think that the whole quarterback room is super motivated, and we're all helping each other out. And not one guy envies the next guy. KJ's doing a really good job executing the offense and learning and continuing to learn. And so is Malik. He's came a long way since he first got here. And in my eyes, I think he's picking it up, the offense up, and he's a really athletic guy. The other guys, Jack and John, they're doing really good as well. And we're all motivating each other. And one of my favorite quotes is iron sharpens iron, and I think that's how you breed excellence, breed competition. And, those guys are doing that not only for me, but I'm sure I'm helping KJ become a better quarterback, or at least I try to, and Malik doing the same. So it's an awesome QB room. I'm excited to be a part of it. So.
All right. Let me know if you got more in the chat. Tom?
Feleipe, to the extent that you can, what do you got on touchdown to interception ratio? What the numbers look like in completion percentage? How's it looking? And is there any DBs that are getting you?
You know what? I don't know about the touchdown to interception ratio throughout camp. Not that I haven't thrown that many interceptions, but you know what? I think that our defense is looking really good. I really like Jerry Jacobs, and mind you that this doesn't just say that the other guys aren't doing good. They do a great job every practice of making me make good throws. So, but I really like Jerry. Jerry's a really good guy. I think that he's been playing really well, especially in jam coverage, making those guys work to get off the line. And, that's one guy that, kind of challenges me a lot, throwing the ball and stuff. And he's always in my ear. And I talk to Jerry a lot as well. So that's kind of why I say that. But I think he's a really good player as well.
You like where you are on completion percentages?
Completion percentage, if I had to take a wild guess throughout the whole camp?
Yeah, man.
Completion percentage, man. We threw so many balls. I don't know. I think I've done pretty good. I think I've done pretty good. It's not that much of a difference when it's kind of translating offenses when you've kind of seen a lot of the concepts. So it's not that hard translating, but at the same time, you have your plays here and there where they're bad. But I don't know, man. I honestly couldn't even give you a percentage. I would say over 70, hopefully.
Ray.
Talking myself up a little bit too.
Yeah, Feleipe, I was wondering about some of the weapons you have on your side of the ball. Traylon Burks, Trey Knox, Mike Woods, Rakeem Boyd, Traylon Smith, some of those guys. Is that what you thought you were stepping into at Arkansas? What have you seen out of those guys? What do they do well?
You know what I thought, I really didn't – I don't want to say that I had – like expectation here, expectation there. When I came to Arkansas, I knew I wanted to play football at a high level. I know Arkansas is a good team. They come from a great state with great people. And to me, that's what I was looking for first and foremost, not necessarily all the way, but that's what I was looking for first. And then, So, when I came here and then you had those guys like Raheem Boyd, Traylon Burks, and there's so many on the offensive line, tight end, defensively. We're at an SEC school. You're going to have those guys. Those guys aren't just, they're meant to be here at Arkansas, meant to play good football in the SEC. And, I'm excited to watch them play because one of my favorite things to do is just, get the ball out of my hand and watch those guys do their thing. So I'm excited to watch them play, all of them. I think it's going to be a fun ride, so I'm excited for it.
Bob.
Feleipe, this revamped schedule gets announced, and you're not only playing Florida, you're going back to Gainesville. I know that's a ways off. I just wonder what your reaction was when you saw the Gators up in Gainesville.
I think it's I think it's another opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity. Me personally, I have nothing but love for Florida. And then now I'm here at Arkansas, and my main focus and my main goal is to help Arkansas football win. And I'll be excited when I go down there. I have great relationships, lifelong relationships that I've made at Florida, whether it be the football team, coaches, and so I'll be excited when I go back. But at the end of the day, I play for the Arkansas Razorbacks, and I'll be ready to compete at a high level, and I'll be prepared, and so will our team. And that's not just for Florida, but that's for every game, that goes with our first game of the season, Georgia, and throughout the whole thing. So, I know our players will be excited, and I know that they'll be excited for every one of them. So.
Jason.
Feleipe, you mentioned the offensive line. What have you seen from those guys up front? And then second part of that question, the battle at center between Ricky and Ty and maybe Luke as well, just kind of the offensive line in general.
The offensive line, I think, in my opinion, they've done a tremendous job of, let me see how I can say this. They've done a wonderful job of just translating everything that they've learned from the film room, and they have had to learn a lot with it being a new offense and then also playing O-line. That's not the easiest position to play at all. And they go out there every day and they work their tails off, not only physically but mentally, whether it be in the film room or when they translate it out there to the field. I think Coach Davis, Coach Pittman, all those guys that they're surrounded by have done a tremendous job with those guys. You see nothing but resilience, and you see nothing but, fight and the willingness to learn with those guys. And I think that's awesome. And they've done a really good job playing really good. They did an awesome job with the scrimmage. They did, protecting me, giving me time to throw the ball down the field and getting those guys get open. I think our O-line is one of the, I wouldn't say most improved, but one of the most hardest working groups on the team, in my opinion. And
then the battle there at center.
Battle there at center. You know what? To be honest, I don't know. I try to get reps with every one of them, but I think that'd be almost up to the coaches. I try not to get in too over my head.
Time for one or two more. Scotty.
Yeah, Feleipe, just tell us what it's been like learning from Kendall Browse. What's he like in the QB room? What are you learning from him?
I think it's awesome. Coach Browse, first and foremost, is a great person before he's a great coach. But, great person, great personality. I love working with him in the first place. And then, when it comes to football, smart, knows what he's talking about. And that's the kind of guys that you want to be surrounded by. He puts you in positions to be successful, and that's all I could ask for. And everybody on our offense, not just me. Every quarterback, when they're in, he puts them in positions to be successful, and our offense as a whole. So I think he's doing a great job, in my opinion, and he's an awesome coach. I've loved every bit of it. Like I said, not going from the fans to the people that I've met here, and then Coach Browse, I've loved every bit of it. He's doing a great job with me. I feel like I'm learning a lot.
All right, that's going to wrap us up with Feleipe. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.